into court here in South Africa. There are unconfirmed reports that Grace Mugabe has today appeared at the Wynberg Magistrates Court, or will be expected to appear at the Wynberg Magistrates Court a little later today. Amnesty International has bemoaned the lack of prosecutions for the Marikana killings at Lonmin mine near Rustenburg 5 years ago. 34 striking miners were shot and killed by police on the 16th of August 2012. At least 70 other mine workers were wounded. The human rights body has called on authorities to ensure that those suspected of criminal responsibility are brought to trial and that the victims and their families receive adequate compensation. 5 years on, the platinum endowed area remains a region of poverty and squalor. Let's take a look.
Marikana, a land of contrasts, a land of irony. Endowed with a treasure chest of precious metals, its inhabitants live in abject squalor. Most Marikana residents are migrants. 53-year-old Mtoteni Hlati is one of them. He has been a rock drill operator at Lonmin for 28 years. He says they struggle a lot living in these shacks. They are at risk of getting burnt, and his wife got burnt. They work at the mine because they have no choice. They earn very little money, and it's not enough for them to educate their children back home and for them to survive here. Lonmin mine workers need decent housing. The 700 million rand Lonmin housing project is insufficient. It is being occupied illegally by local residents who are refusing to leave. Lonmin is promising more funding for low-cost housing.
By end of 2018, we committed to spend R500 million despite the financial situation of the company. We are doing that right now, building about 300, 400 units every year. I wish we could double the pace, but financially we just can't do more.
Rental housing units are unaffordable for most mine workers. They only receive 2,200 rand for a living out allowance. He says here at least he knows that he lives in a shack and there's water, and he doesn't have to pay for it because the landlord makes a plan and they pay the landlord. He says he lives in his own shack, so he doesn't need to pay rent and has no need to go live at those houses. Meanwhile, the union AMCU is critical of Lonmin's housing provision.
The question will be, after they've extracted these minerals, they have to return back home. They will be in the position to enjoy the same accommodation where they come from? That's the main question. So hence we are saying this accommodation is good to be changed, to be livable, but however the emphasis must be from my place of origin.
Wednesday marks the 5th anniversary of the Marikana massacre, during which 34 mine workers were shot and killed by the police. Sintle English, SABC News, Marikana.